Today I'm going to show you how to use watercolor paints on your adult coloring book. So the first thing I have is I've got some of the watercolors ready, and you also want to choose a subject that has a lot of the same color, because we're just going to be doing a wash on here. And underneath each page I have just a regular sheet of paper underneath there, so it doesn't bleed through. We're going to try to do this as lightly as possible. Okay? So I'm going to start with my lightest color. Get a little bit of paint on there. Excuse me. I don't want too much water. Okay? And I'm just going to wash it around the character. Okay? I'm not really worrying about detail or anything like that. That's going to be done later with either marker or colored pencil. Go around. This way we can get a lot of color in quickly without having to go through a lot of detail. Okay. Color is starting to go in, okay? And it's a lot brighter here in person than what I'm seeing on the screen. And it's okay if you go over something that's going to be a different color later, because once watercolor dries, it's easy to go over with. So once you get your light color in, you can go into a little of a darker color and give yourself some little areas to look at. So I'm a little, let's do that one. Let's put a little right here. This is an orangey color that I'm using now, just to add some depth. Because like I said, later I'll come in with a colored pencil and do the shading, but at least some of it will be done for me. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing all the parts that are going to be gold. If you remember the movie, they're in the vault, and every time they touch the chalice, it doubles in size. Okay, so give me a few minutes to do this. Now I've kind of got the background color in, as you can see. Let's see if I can get a picture. There we go. You can see the different shades of the oranges and the yellows. And then after this dries, which is still wet, I can go back in with colored pencil or marker and add in more detail. So, but that's, in a nutshell, how to do a watercolor wash onto your adult coloring book. So again, just make sure it dries, and before you start coloring, like I said, make sure it dries all the way. Keep your sheets of plain paper in between, and then close the book before you start your detail work and let it dry flat with something heavy on top. Okay, so where we're at here is I have used Prismacolor matte colors on some of these parts and doing some of the detail work in here. I've also used Copic markers just to bring out a little bit of the detail. But as I'm looking at it here, I also use Copic back here. This needs to be pushed to the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back part, which is supposed to be in another plane, and we're going to darken it a little bit. So what I have is a little bit of more watercolor. I mixed brown and orange together. And I'm just going to do another little wash over this back part. And what that'll do is it'll make the front stand out. Make it turn into another plane. Not being too careful with it, just trying to get color on the page. And if you get a little bit of pulling or anything like that, that's good, because that just makes it look like there might be some shadows or something there. And I've also got Copic dark places in there also. And this right here probably going to take 2 coats, but I'm going to go ahead and post it before I'm finished, just so you can see how to do it. So there it is. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below.